Thank you everyone for joining us, and if you have just joined us, welcome. We are at the final day of the English Language Center's third international conference, Extending Higher Education, Learning Beyond the Classroom, Integrating Life and Employability Skills. We are so delighted that many of you from other parts of the world outside Bahrain are with us today. Wonderful, wonderful. Another thing that we would like to highlight to you that all participants will be receiving your certificates, so do not worry. Upon the completion of the conference, you will be receiving the certificates. You are currently in Hall 1, and we are under the strand of COVID-19 Youth Employability and Future Skills Development. If you have just joined us, welcome to all of you from us at the English Language Center, University of Bahrain, to our third international conference, Extending Higher Education Learning Beyond the Classroom, Integrating Life and Employability Skills. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Srija Vinayadas, who is a colleague at the University of Bahrain. Dr. Srija Vinayadas is at the English department, and she has wide experience in teaching and training young students. And she will be speaking to us on the topic, Emerging Skills for Learners and Teachers to Learn in the Post-COVID-19 Era. Dr. Srija, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Let me take this opportunity to thank the entire ELC team led by Dr. Gada for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I would also like to thank Dr. Dia, HOD of English Department, for all her wishes and support extended to me. My topic for today's presentation is Emerging Skills for Learners and Teachers to Learn in Post-COVID Era. Sometime back, I saw a poster which read, "The world is temporarily stopped." We all will agree that the COVID-19 brought the normalcy to a grinding halt all over the world. Consequently, we are adapting to the new normal and the next normal. The invisible virus has affected people from all walks of life, especially the students. Given the situation, the teachers have the responsibility of helping the students to overcome the challenges and adapt the teaching methods to be more effective. Let me highlight the topics which I will be covering in detail in this presentation. It also answers the question why we need these skills, how to implement these skills in teaching learning process, and how it becomes an important component in promoting employability. Continuous learning, technological skills, resilience, assertiveness skills, empathy, case-based approach, entrepreneurial mindset. These are the skills which I will be covering in this presentation. Gone are the days when teaching content knowledge and routine cognitive skills formed the focus of the entire education system. Now with digitalization, everyone has the access to the contents. As a result, it becomes important for the teachers to shift the focus to help the students become lifelong and life-wide learners. Teachers are the key role players in equipping the students with the emerging skills, and it requires innovation and change in approaches towards the teaching and learning. Learners are no longer assessed by their skills in reproducing the content knowledge, but rather they must be able to infer what they know and apply their knowledge creatively in novel situations. So by strengthening their social and emotional resilience, the teachers can help the students to thrive amid disruptions. Collectively, we can provide the communities and the nation with the flexibility, intelligence, and receptiveness they need to succeed in social and emotional changes. Let me start with continuous learning as my first skill. The first step is to reiterate the importance of lifelong learning, whereby the students will be learning, unlearning, and relearning when the context change, and it is a continuous process of action and reflection. This will activate their analytical and critical thinking to foresee what might be needed in the future or how actions taken today might have consequences for the future. This anticipation and reflection will help the learners to take responsible actions with the belief that they have the power to shape and change the course of events. In addition, this will help the learners to evolve and adjust themselves to the right place in the changing world. The next skill I would like to elaborate is the technological skills. With the growing advancement in technology and the increased dependence thereon demanded by COVID-19, the students are exposed to radical thoughts and ideas. This has a direct correlation in how each person starts to perceive the world around him or her. To use the traditional methods of teaching from books and learning from the classroom notes is no longer a viable option today. These forms of teaching have lost its impact in modern times. The modern educators have to explore new prospects to try and do things differently and with better flexibility, leading to potential edges in accessibility to education for students across the globe. Some of the technologies transforming education in online learning are learning management systems which track students' attentiveness by their facial expressions and eye movements. Gamification to make learning interesting and interactive. The digital skill set involves the effective and integrated use of a wide range of soft skills which provide the ability to deploy the technical skills and the digital tools in the service of institutional strategy and business objectives. Information from the digital context should not narrow down one's own perspectives and assumptions, but rather it should be challenged and broadened. In the field of learning and development, digital tools and the internet provide an unprecedented opportunity for a rich, memorable, interactive learning process directly interlinked with the business needs. As Peter Drucker rightly said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. The central learning paradigm is thus characterized by lifelong and life-wide learning, which will be shaped exclusively by the information and communication technologies. Resilience. Resilience means the ability to stay positive, adaptable, and effective when suffering setbacks such as COVID-19. Resilience has come to the forefront because of the sudden changes we are experiencing globally. Because of global competitiveness, rapid changes, and surrounding uncertainty, people in the workplace and in their careers are subject to higher pressures, more demanding appraisals and interviews, and unforeseen events, such as being made redundant or rapidly falling from the financial prosperity to economic insecurity. Organizations are the subject to the same pressures, and the effect can be collectively more damaging. Resilience in new challenging situations is therefore an essential competency. Developing individual and organizational resilience is a vital component of success and sustainability. Assertiveness skills. The fourth skill I would like to highlight is the assertiveness skill. It is the skill of speaking up for oneself in an assertive manner that is not aggressive or passively allowing others to take advantage of the individual. These skills are helpful for the students in roommate communication, study groups, teams, and conflict resolution. They also involve learning and practicing healthy boundaries. When students are connected physically, mentally, and emotionally, they become clear-headed, confident, and eager to explore the unknown. They work better together, share stronger communications, and overcome obstacles to discover with ease. The benefits of having this skill include self-awareness, self-regulation, higher motivation, ability to empathize, negotiate, cooperate, and feel optimistic and hopeful about the future. Empathy leading to effective communication. Teachers play a crucial and significant role in human development. They are the overt and covert forces behind academic as well as behavior development of students at every stage of learning. Here, in this context, teachers' personality characteristics play a far greater role in student achievement than do teachers' knowledge in the subject matter. The effective leader should develop social relationships with the students and do not limit the interactions with them to content and classroom. Many students expect their teachers to be caring and friendly, which makes them to trust their teachers and feel motivated. Classrooms and curricula must act as active agents to ensure healthy, empathetic, and pro-social developments. These should be done from the early stages of their life. The essential aspect of being a reflective educator is adopting a consistent framework to foster the development of social and emotional skills rather than fragmented focus on isolated issues. These skills can be developed by the teachers from the primary level onwards. They need to identify the empathetic and pro-social themes in their text and include those in the curricula. The teachers should include those in the lesson plans and highlight it. The teachers can also involve the students in cooperative and collaborative tasks. Case-based approach. Employability is closely linked with the notion of being able to learn throughout life, so as to be able to proactively cope with the changes in working life. Employability is understood as the capability of an individual to move self-sufficiently within the labor market to realize potential through sustainable employment. For the individual, employability is not just a matter of having the right combination of skills in the transition to work. Equally important is the ability to learn on an ongoing basis and to have transferable competences that are of broad value in the labor market. In this regard, another important component in promoting employability among students is case-based approach to learning. Using a case-based approach engages students in discussion of specific scenarios that resemble the real-world examples. This method is learner-centered with intense interaction between participants as they build their knowledge and work together as a group to examine the case. The instructor's role is that of a facilitator, while the students collaboratively analyze and address the problems and resolve questions that have no single right answer. Case-based approach in learning should be considered as one of the important skills to be taught and learned in the future. It provides students with the relevant opportunity to see theory in practice. Real-world or authentic contexts expose students to viewpoints from multiple sources and see why people may want different outcomes. Students can also see how a decision will impact different participants, both positively and negatively. The students are required to analyze data in order to reach a conclusion. Since many assignments are open-ended, students can practice choosing appropriate analytical techniques as well. Instructors who use case-based learning say that their students are more engaged, interested, and involved in the class. It helps to develop analytical, communicative, and collaborative skills along with content knowledge. In their effort to find solutions to reach decisions through discussions, students sort out factual data, apply analytical tools, articulate issues, reflect on their relevant experiences, and draw conclusions. In this process, they acquire substantive knowledge and develop analytic, cooperative, and communication skills. Many faculties also use case studies in their curriculum to teach content, connect students with real-life data, or provide opportunities for students to put themselves in the decision maker's shoes. This is not a new skill that needs to be developed, but it needs to be reinforced with the new perspectives. Entrepreneurial mindset. Another skill could be developed is having the entrepreneurial mindsets in the learners. This skill is not limited to promoting the skills to start up a business, but to develop an individual's ability to turn ideas into actions. It should be developed as a competency closely associated with adaptability and personal initiative. The learner must develop the knowledge of understanding of the economy, the world of work, and the ability to identify opportunities in the place they are in. Entrepreneurial education aims to provide students with the knowledge, skills, and motivation to engage in productive endeavors. It triggers curiosity and cultivates creative design thinking. Products and services are but concrete answers to a perceived need. Every business starts with a plan of action. Strategic mapping encourages the habit of preparedness. So this teaches the students how to plan and execute actions. Entrepreneurship challenges students not merely to find the problems, but to solve them. Entrepreneurs do not live in isolation. They are compelled to communicate effectively, seek answers, hustle, and negotiate. The entrepreneurial training fosters collaboration and social skills development. Students are introduced to economic realities, values, and interactions beyond the scale and extent of their limited experience. Along with it, they learn the techniques of money management and the importance of hard work. The leadership quality and goal setting can be inculcated in the learners through this skill. Entrepreneurs are often regarded as the fuel, life force of the economic and social activity. They are the writers of innovation. All the jobs in the emerging economies are sourced by small and medium-sized enterprises. At a time when job security is increasingly threatened by automation, entrepreneurship offers a window of opportunity to define one's work. It is a way to influence the future. The teacher can develop the skills of working on own initiative and part of a team. We need to help the learners to identify their strengths and weaknesses and teach them how to plan a project and manage it. We need to inculcate the skills of finance management and risk assessments. Last but not the least, the negotiating skills can also be developed. Let me stop here and I would like to summarize. The pandemic has caused severe damages in the society from social, health, political, educational, and employment sectors, resulting in radical changes across the globe. Instruction in the past was subject-based, but in the future, the instruction needs to be more project-based, building experiences that help students think across the boundaries of subject matter disciplines. The teacher should stress the importance of lifelong and life-wide learning. With the dependence on technologies increasing rapidly, both the teachers and the students acquire technological skills to be more effective. We need to be resilient and find ways and means to overcome the challenges brought in by COVID. Assertiveness skills are very important in these changing situations, and the teachers have the responsibility of developing empathy, social relationship, and communication skills in their students. The case-based approach in learning is a very important skill to be taught and learned. The student needs to be equipped to have entrepreneurial mindsets. The past was hierarchical, but the future is collaborative, recognizing both teachers and students as resources and co-creators. In the past, schools and universities were technological islands, with technology often limited to supporting existing practices and students outpacing schools and universities in their adoption and consumption of technology. Now, educational institutions need to use the potential of technologies to liberate learning from past conventions and connect learners in the new and powerful ways, with the sources of knowledge, with innovative application, and with one another. Today, the challenge is to turn teaching into a profession of advanced knowledge workers. and to do so across the board rather than in pockets of excellence. The past was about received wisdom. The future is about the user-generated wisdom. The past was about quality control. The future is about quality assurance. Thank you all for joining in. Let me conclude by reminding once again, the future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. Let me repeat, the future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. If you have any questions, please feel free to mail me. My email address is mentioned on the slide. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Srija Vinaya Das. What an amazing presentation on emerging skills for learners and teachers to learn in post-COVID-19 era.